uh, shortly about the karma and about the Buddha nature. Okay, if you are Buddhist, you have to believe in karma. It's a fundamental. What is karma? Is karma the cause and effect? Okay, you believe in the cause and effect. Anything you go to make a good cause, you have a good effect. You look in real life, everything is cause and effect. Everything is cause and effect. For example, you're a good student, okay? You study well, you have good grade. So study well is cause, good grade is effect. And you have a good grade, it's a cause. You get promoted, that's the effect. And after you get a promotion, you graduated, that's the effect. After you graduated, you go to college, and you make good grade, you get the diploma. That's the effect. So everything in life has an effect. For example, you're driving. You drive defensively. That's the cause. You don't cause any wreck, any damage, any manslaughter. That's the effect. So everything is cause and effect. Your mother, she cook good, that's the cause. You have good food to eat, that's the effect. You see it. And in family, for example, you're a good son. It's a cause. You make your parents very happy, that's the effect. You study well, you make good grades, that's the effect. So think about everything in life, a cause and effect. If you're a good friend, you make good friendship, and your friend love you, that's the effect. Everything cause and effect. It's a bad boy. They bully the kid in the school. They get punished. That's the effect. So everything cause and effect. Think in life, everything cause and effect. So you're a Buddhist person. You believe in karma. Do everything. Think about the cause. You make any cause, you have a good effect. You have effect. Bad cause, bad effect. So that's a fundamental for the Buddhist person to believe and to study the karma. You think about karma, you never do anything bad. And the 10 good deeds, you have it. And now talk about Buddha nature, okay? And if you don't believe you have Buddha nature, intrinsic value, the I, the it now is temporary, okay? Some people, they said, oh, they have an ego. They think, they're real and they make a big ego, okay? Like you see, in real life, they call everybody working for the public is a civil servant. But some people, they are privileged. They are president. They have special right. They are above the law. Now everybody is under the law. That's the good people. They think they're civil servant. They're under the law. They have to obey the law. There's nobody above the law, even the president. The president, what is he? He's a civil servant, a servant only. After his term, he go back, become a private citizen like anybody. Now he's a first citizen. He's still under the law. So you think about that. Think about the true I, that's the Buddha nature. You didn't see it. We have to practice it so we can find your true self. And you believe your true self. You believe in your true nature. That's Buddha nature. If you're not Buddhist, you call awakened nature. Or you call intrinsic value. Like people, they don't have education. They don't believe in genome. You tell the people before, 19th century or the beginning of 20th century, they didn't believe what kind of genome. So they think, they didn't believe it. We have a gene, we have DNA, they didn't believe it, but they have no education. So the people, they're not Buddhist, they believe in Buddha nature. But you tell them, you have awakened nature. You have intrinsic value. It's above the human value. It's intrinsic value, okay, in your genome. And everybody have a genome. The dog have a genome, the cat have a genome, we human beings we have a genome. The tree have a genome too. So we tell the people they're not Buddhist, they said tree have a Buddha nature. They didn't believe it. They do have it, but their Buddha nature is very slow, very deep. They cannot find it. We are human beings. We have more potential. You can elevate yourself. It's easier for you to find your true nature, your Buddha nature. So we believe in Buddha nature. There's one chapter in the Lotus Sutra. I have to tell you, our temple here, we belong to Tien Dai. One is the 10th school of of Buddhism. Tien Dai is one of them. And in the back room, we have a patriarch. His name is Chi Yi. Chi is a Chinese monk. He was a Lotus Sutra. The Lotus Sutra we chanted. And so, in one chapter, there's one bodhisattva, one monk. He go out with everybody, he bow to you. Like you see, Christopher said, I bow to you, sir, Mr. Christopher, you are the Buddha, I have to bow to you. You thought, oh, this guy, he ridiculed me. He make fun of me. He said, I'm a Buddha. And you get mad, you scold him, or insult him, or attack him. He said, no, you are the Buddha. I have to bow to you. What do you see? How do you mean? You see your true nature. Your true nature, your Buddha nature. So they bow to you. The Buddha say that, I'm the Buddha. You are Buddha in the future. What is Buddha? Awakened person. You see your true nature. You are Buddha. So he said, you are the Buddha. I bow to you. You didn't believe it because he said, how come I'm a Buddha? I'm only a regular Christopher. I'm a young boy, you know. You tell me I'm Buddha. You ridicule me. I get mad. I punch you. It's not true. He tell you the truth. He tell you you didn't see it. You didn't see because you didn't see that. You're that valuable. You are very valuable. It depends on you. Like you go to school. Your teacher said, Christopher, you become an educated person. And you said, no, I'm not educated yet. I still go to school. He said, I see you. You're an educated person. You come from a good family. You are a good boy. You're educated. You study. And sooner or later, you'll be a true educated man. Okay? So that's the reality. He didn't ridicule you. He didn't say that. He's trying to flatter you. No. He tell you the truth. Okay? So if I tell you, you have true Buddha nature, it's true, it's real. And you think about that. You think that you try to practice, you try to look at yourself, try to discover your true self. You discover your true self, you get alignment. That's the result of your practice. Because you believe yourself. You believe my true nature, my true value, my intrinsic value. I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person. The bad person is a temporary, is in transition to become a good person. Okay? They didn't believe it. So in transition, you will become a real good person. And real one have a true nature. That's your Buddha nature. Okay? So you have to believe it. Practice that way. Always think you are a good person. If you believe you're a good person, you are a good person. If you don't believe yourself you're a good person, you cannot be a good person. If you believe yourself you're a good student, you are a good student. You study well, you study it to make yourself educated. Okay? That's the goal of education. Become educated. After you become educated, what do? You return the benefit to other people. You turn around, you educate your young brother. You educate the young people. So in turn, you become teacher, you become a professor, you teach them. So they become educate themselves. That's the goal of education. It's not to get the diploma, the piece of paper, to get the true education. That's the goal, okay? So Buddhist the same way. It become like you have a teacher now, teacher Quang to you, but later on you become teacher yourself. Okay? In year to come, you become a teacher. You turn around, you teach people how to become a good teacher, how to become a good student, and themselves become a good teacher. So we think about this temple is commune property. It's not belong to me or to Master Quang Chi, belong to everybody. So, and everybody coming here, they are part of this community. Okay? It's the Sangha. That's the Sangha. The Sangha have a the meaning, community of practitioner. In the Mahayana, we believe everybody belongs to the Sangha. The lay people and the monastic people belong to the Sangha, men and women. But in the Hyana or the Theravada, they think only monk, only the male, the monk, they are Sangha. It's like a clique, you know. It's reserved for them, they're privileged. It's not true in Mahayana. Mahayana, everybody who really practice Buddhism, they belong to the Sangha. Okay? So we understand that. You understand that, you practice that way. That I talked about the karma you need to believe and your true nature. If you do that, you're a real Buddhist person, okay? And you do everything for the benefit of the people. To practice Buddhism, not for yourself. That I practice Buddhism so I can get the benediction, I can get the merit. No, you get the merit, it's real. But after you get the merit, you transfer the merit to other people to benefit them. You don't keep for yourself. That's the real Buddhist person. If said you practice just for yourself, you elevate yourself and you get on the throne. Buddha doesn't sit on the throne. He sit on hay. He go barefoot. He eat only one meal a day at lunchtime. Only one. Past lunchtime, he doesn't eat anymore. Before lunchtime, he doesn't eat. After lunchtime, he doesn't eat. Only one time a day. That's the Buddha. He eats very little. Not that much, because you want to help the other people. Okay? So that I want to talk to you today. If you have any question, I try to answer your question. This time the year, be very careful about the COVID, okay? You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your loved one, your family, and everybody around you. So mask is very good. Social distancing is very good. Practice it. You need to protect yourself and protect the other people. If you don't protect yourself, you don't protect the other people. Like a vaccination, I get vaccinated already because I'm the frontline worker, okay? I'm a doctor, so they vaccinate me. I get vaccinated about last week. And very soon, all of us, all of you will get vaccinated. But to have herd immunity, at least 75% have to be, 75% people have to be vaccinated. So we talk to everybody, tell them, get scared of the vaccination. No side effect, I have no side effect whatsoever. I have no pain on the shot, I have no fever, no side effect. Some people exaggerate, they say, oh, it's very painful. I have a fever for 2 days. I said, no, it's unreal. I have a shot, nothing happened to you. I'm 83 already, I have no side effect. So tell everybody, it's time. Now it's the problem of distribution. The vaccine have to be kept under 94 degrees. So it's a little bit complicated. But the other vaccine, the normal, it can be kept at regular fridge. So hopefully we get very soon. They will transport to the small town, small hospital have no way they can keep refrigerate that low. So they will, the normal vaccine will be very soon come to us too. So everybody have a shot. So you talk to everybody, encourage them to have a vaccine. Have no side effect. No side effect, And if side effect, very little, like a flu vaccine. Some people have redness, some people have a little pain, some people have a little low fever. That means nothing. The protection is good. According to preventive medicine or infectious disease medicine, at least 75% of the population have to be vaccinated so we can have herd immunity. If less than 75, we are not protected. Even the people they get vaccine, they can be overwhelmed by the other people, by their sickness. If I'm vaccinated, everybody around me, I'm not protected. Okay? So we have to have at least 75% of everybody vaccinated so we can have protection. And the world too. If we are vaccinated here, Mexico have to be vaccinated. And Canada have to be vaccinated. And the people South America have to be vaccinated. And the people in Europe or the other country, they're vaccinated. If not, they come here, they bring the disease to us. So we have to have a lot of vaccines all over the world. 75% of the population have to be vaccinated. That's the same point of Buddhism, okay? Like Buddha teach you have to benefit the other people. You cannot benefit yourself. You cannot say, I practice Buddhism, I get the benediction. No, you don't get nothing. At least all the people they have practiced, they have the same benefit as you. Then you have a merit. That's the same point about Buddhism. Buddha didn't teach you, they teach us to be selfish. We have to be a little bit altruistic. Okay? That's the thing in real life. That's all my talk today. If I have no question, we transfer the mic and go chanting. Namo Sakyamo Ni Buddha. Namo Sakyamo Ni Buddha. Namo Sakyamo Ni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplished today, we want to transfer to everybody and wish them the alignment. We chant chapter 25th, that the Avalokitesvara chapter, just to, so that way to have the people have a protection, okay? We pray for the world, pray for our country, for peace, and for everybody have a peace and bliss, and they be happy, they have a protected. Inviting the bell.
Speech and mind in perfect oneness, I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. In gratitude we offer Bodhisattva. Throughout space and time, may it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit of understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. Sense in the censer now is burning, all the Dharma realm in every place, auspicious clouds appear. Our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddhas now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense cloud canopy Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattva. To the eternally abiding Buddhas, the supreme Dharma and sagely Sangha, throughout the Dharma realm and the realm of empty space and 3 periods of time. To the fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya honored future Buddha, Manjushri great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattvas, and the magic mountain assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. To Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate bliss, Avalokiteshvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, great strength Bodhisattva, earth story great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea-like Bodhisattvas.
We'll listen for him.
Moratnatrayaya Namo Harya Avalokitesvaraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Om Savalavati Sodanasasya Namaskritva Namanarya Lantava Namo Nilakanta Shri Mahabhatashami Sarvadata Shubham Ajiyom Sarvasattva Namo Pastava Namo Bhai Mabhadetu Tadyata Om Avaloka Lokate Kalati Hishiri Mahabodhisattva Sabo Sabo Mara Mara Mashi Mashiridayo Goro Goro Gamyan Doro Doro Bashati Mahabashati Dara Dara Modhelehi Yehi Shina Shina Alashin Balashari Basha Basnin Barashaya Holo Holoka Holo Holo Shri Parasara Siri Siri Bodhaya 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 Maitreya Nilakanta Desharana Vayamane Swaha Siddhaya Swaha Mahasiddhaya Swaha Siddhayo Shvaraya Swaha Nilakante Swaha Pranila Swaha Shisamahokaya Swaha Sarva Mahasastaya Swaha Chakrahastaya Swaha Padma Keshaya Swaha Nilakantam Pantalaya Swaha Mofodi Shankaraya Swaha Namo Ratnatrayaya Namo Arya Avalokite Shavaraya Swaha Om Sedyanto Mantra Bhataya Swaha He is bringing morning light and concentration. My heart is at peace. A has is born on my lips. This is a new day, and I vow to go through it and mindful. The sun of wisdom has risen, shining in every direction. Noble Sangha diligence. Bring your mind into meditation. Namo Shakyamuni Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamuni Buddhaya. Namo Shakyamuni Buddhaya. Sutra, the universal gate of the Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds. Namo Sutra of the lotus of the wonderful law. Namo Sutra of the lotus of the wonderful law. Namo Sutra of the lotus of the wonderful law. Bodhisattva Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva the Bodhisattva, inexhaustible intent, immediately rose from his seat, bared his right shoulder, pressed his palms together, and facing the Buddha spoke these words: world-honored one, this Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds. Why is he called perceiver of the world sounds? The Buddha said to Bodhisattva, inexhaustible intent, good man, suppose there are immeasurable hundreds, thousands, 10,000 millions of living beings who are undergoing various trials and suffering. If they hear of this Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and single-mindedly call his name, then at once he will perceive the sound of their voice, and they will all gain deliverance from their trials. If someone holding fast to the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sound, should enter a great fire, the fire could not burn him. This would come about because of this Bodhisattva's authority and supernatural power. If one were washed away by a great flood and call upon his, one would immediately find himself in a shallow place. Suppose there were 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million living beings who, seeking for gold, silver, lapis lazuli, seashell, agate, coral, amber, pearls, and other treasures, set out on the great sea. And suppose a fierce wind should blow their ship off course, and it drifted to the land of Rakshas, demons. If among those people there is even just who calls the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and all those people will be delivered from their troubles with the Rakshas. This is why he is called perceiver of the world. If a person who faces imminent threat of attack should call the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world, then the swords and staffs wielded by his attackers would instantly shatter into so many pieces, and he would be delivered. Though enough yakshas and rakshas to fill all the 1,000 million full world should try to come person, if they hear him calling the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and these evil demons will not even be able to look at him with their evil eyes, much less do him harm. Suppose in a place filled with all full-hearted bandits of the thousandfold million, a merchant leader who is guiding a band of merchants carrying valuable treasures over a steep and dangerous road, and that one man shouts, do not be afraid, you must single-mindedly call on the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds. This Bodhisattva can grant fearlessness to living beings. If you call his name, you will be delivered from these evil-hearted bandits. When the band of merchants all together raise their voices, singing hail to the Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and because they call his name, they are at once able to gain deliverance. Inexhaustible intent, the authority and supernatural power of the Bodhisattva and Mahasattva, perceiver of the worlds, are as mighty as this. If there should be living beings beset by numerous lusts and cravings, let them with constant reverence of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and they can shed their desires. If they then higher, let them think with constant reverence of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and they can shed their higher. If they have great ignorance and stupidity, let them think with constant reverence of Bodhisattva, themselves of stupidity, inexhaustible intent. The Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, possesses great authority and supernatural powers, as I have described, and can confer many benefits. For this living being should constantly keep the thought of him in mind. If a woman wishes to give birth to a male child, she should offer Yens and alms to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and then she will bear a son blessed with merit, virtue, and wisdom. And if she wishes to bear a daughter, she will with all the marks of comeliness, one who in the past planted the roots of virtue and is loved and respected by many persons. Inexhaustible intent, the Bodhisattva, receiver of the world sounds, has power to do all this. If there are living beings who pay respect and Sattva, perceiver of the world sounds, their good fortune will not be fleeting or vain. Therefore, living beings should all accept and uphold the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver world sounds, inexhaustible intent. Suppose there is a person who accepts and upholds the names of as many Bodhisattvas as there are sands in 62 million Ganges, and for as long as his present body lasts, he offers them alms in the form of food and drink, clothing, bedding, and medicines. What is your should this good man or good woman gain many benefits, or would he not inexhaustible intent? They would be very many world-honored one. The Buddha said, suppose also that there is a person who accepts and upholds the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, and good fortune pain by these two persons would be exactly equal and without difference for 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million, as it would never be exhausted or run out. Inexhaustible intent, if one accepts and upholds the name of Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, he will gain the benefit of merit and virtue that is as immeasurable and boundless as this Bodhisattva, inexhaustible. And said to the Buddha, world honored one, Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, how does he come and go in the Saha world? How does he preach Allah for the sake of living beings? How does the power of expedient means apply in this case? The Buddha said to Bodhisattva, inexhaustible intent, good man, if there are living beings in the land who need one in the body, Buddha, in order to be saved, Bodhisattva, perceiver of Yetli manifests himself in a Buddha body and preaches Allah for them. If they need someone in a Pratyeka Buddha's body in order to be immediately he manifests a Pratyeka Buddha's body and preaches Allah for them. If they need a voice hearer to be saved, immediately he becomes a voice hearer and preaches for them. If they need King Brahma to be saved, immediately he becomes King Brahma and preaches Allah for them. If they need the Lord Chakra to be immediately he becomes the Lord Chakra and preaches Allah for them. If they need the heavenly being freedom to be saved, immediately he becomes heavenly being freedom and preaches Allah for them. If they need a great general of heaven to be saved, immediately he becomes a great general of heaven. If they need a protector to be saved, immediately he becomes protector and preaches Allah for them. If they need a petty king to be saved, immediately he becomes a petty king and preaches Allah for them. If they need a rich man to be immediately he becomes a rich man and preaches Allah for them. If they need a householder to be saved, immediately he becomes a householder and preaches for them. If they need a chief minister to be saved, immediately he becomes a chief minister and preaches the law for them. If they need a Brahmin to be saved, immediately he becomes a Brahmin and preaches the law for them. If they need a monk, a nun, a layman believer, or a laywoman believer, and preaches the law. If they need the wife of a rich man, of a householder, a chief minister, or a Brahmin to be saved, immediately he becomes those wives and preaches the law for them. If they need a young boy or a young girl, and preaches the law. If they need a heavenly being, a dragon, a yaksha, a gandharva, an asura, a garuda, a kimnara, a mahoraga, a human or a non-human being to be, immediately he becomes all of these and preaches Allah for them. If they need a Vajra bearing God and preaches Allah for them, inexhaustible intent, this Bodhisattva priest of the world sounds has succeeded in acquiring benefits such as these, and taking on a variety of different forms goes about among the land, saving living beings. Should single-mindedly offer alms to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, can bestow fearlessness on those who are in fearful, pressing, or difficult circumstances. That is why in the Saha world everyone calls him bestower of fearlessness, Bodhisattva inexhaustive. Said to the Buddha, world-honored one, now I must offer alms to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds. And he took from his neck a necklace adorned with numerous precious gems worth 100 or 1,000 pieces, and presented it to Bodhisattva, saying, Sir, please accept this necklace of precious gems as a gift in the Dharma. Time Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, was unwilling to accept the gift. Inexhaustible intent spoke once more to Bodhisattva, perceiver of the Sir, out of compassion for us, please accept this necklace. And the Buddha said to perceiver of the world sounds, out of compassion for this Bodhisattva, inexhaustible intent, and for the four kinds of believers, the heavenly kings, dragon, yakshas, gandharvas, asuras, god, kimnaras, mahoragas, human and not human beings, you should accept this. Thereupon Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, having compassion for the four kinds of believers and the heavenly beings and non-human beings, and the others, accepted the necklace, and dividing it into two parts, presented one part to Shakyamuni Buddha and presented the other to the Tower of Buddha. Treasures, the Buddha said, inexhaustible intent, these are the kinds of freely exercised supernatural powers that Bodhisattva, perceiver world sounds, displays in his coming and goings in the Saha world. At the time Bodhisattva, inexhaustible, posed this question in verse form, world-honored one, replete with wonderful features. I now ask you once again, for what reason the Buddha's son is named Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, the world on features, reply to inexhaustible intent in verse. Listen to the actions of the perceiver of sounds, how aptly he responds in various quarters. His vast oath is deep as the ocean, kalpas pass, but it remains unfathomed. Millions of Buddhas setting forth his great pure vow. I will describe him in outline for you. Listen to his name, observe his body, bear him in mind, not passing the time vainly, for he about the pains of existence. Suppose someone should conceive a wish to harm you, should push you into a great pit of fire. Think on the power of the perceiver, and the pit of fire will change into a pond. If you should be cast adrift on the vast ocean, menaced by dragons, fish, and various demons, think on the power of the perceiver, and the billows and waves cannot drown you. Suppose you are on the peak of Mount Sumeru and someone pushes you off. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and you will hang in midair like the sun's up. Pursued by evil men who wish to throw you down from a diamond mountain, think on the power of that perceiver perceiver of sounds, and they cannot harm a hair of you. Suppose you are surrounded by evil bandits, each brandishing a knife to wound you. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and at once all will be swayed by compassion. Suppose you encounter trouble with the king's law, face punishment up, forfeit your life. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and the executioner's sword will be broken to bits. Suppose you are imprisoned in cage, unlock hands and feet bound and chains. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and they will fall off, leaving you free. Suppose with curses and various poisonous herbs someone should try. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and the injury will rebound upon the originator. Suppose you encounter evil rakshas, poison dragons, and various demons. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and then not up dare to harm you. If evil beasts should encircle you, their sharp fangs and claws inspiring terror. Think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and they will scamper away in boundless. If lizards, snakes, vipers, scorpions threaten you with poison breath that sears like flame, think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and hearing your voice they will flee of themselves. If bring thunder and lightning strike, if hell pelts or drenching rain comes down, think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and at that moment they will vanish. If living beings encounter weariness or peril, immeasurable suffering pressing them down, perceiver of sounds, wonderful wisdom can save them from the sufferings of the world. He is endowed with transcendental powers and widely practices the expedient means of wisdom throughout the 10 directions. There is no region where he does not manifest himself in many different kinds of evil circumstances. In the realms of hell, hungry spirits or beasts of birth, old age, sickness, and death, all these he bit by bit wipes out. He of the true gaze, the pure gaze, the gaze of great and sing wisdom, the gaze of pity, the gaze of compassion. Constantly we implore him, constantly look up in reverence. His pure life, free of blemishes, a son of dispelling all darknesses. He can quell the wind and fire of misfortune, and everywhere bring light to the world. The priestess from his compassion and shake us like thunder. The wonder of his pitying mind is like a great cloud. He sends down the sweet dew, the Dharma rain, to quench the flames of earthly desire. When lawsuits bring you before the officials, when terrified in the midst of an army, think on the power of that perceiver of sounds, and hatred in all its forms will be perceiver of the world sounds. Brahma sound, the sea-tide sound, they surpass those sounds of the world. Therefore you should constantly think on them from thought to thought, never entertaining that perceiver of the world sounds. Pure sage to those in suffering and danger, he can offer aid and support. In that with all benefits he views living beings with compassionate eyes. The sea of his accumulated blessings is immeasurable. Therefore you should bow your head to him at the time. The Bodhisattva earth holder immediately rose from his seat, advanced and said to the Buddha world on. If there are living beings who hear this chapter on Bodhisattva, perceiver of the world sounds, on the freedom of his actions, his manifestation of a universal and his transcendental powers, it should be known that the benefits these persons gain are not few. When the Buddha preached this chapter on the universe, a multitude of 84,000 persons in the assembly all conceive a determination to unparalleled state of Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi. Sattva Avalokita, while moving in the deep course of perfect understanding, shed light on the 5 skandhas and found them equally. After this penetration, he overcame ill-being. Listen, Shariputra, form is empty. Emptiness is form. Form is not other than The same is true with feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shariput. All dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore, in emptiness there is neither form nor feelings, no perception, nor mental formations, nor consciousness, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body. Mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no interdependent origins, and no extinction of no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no understanding, no attainment, because there is no attainment. The Bodhisattva's ground in perfect understanding find no obstacles for their being no obstacles. They overcome fear, liberating themselves forever from illusion and realizing perfect nirvana. All Buddhas in past, present, and future arrive at full right and universal enlightenment. Therefore, one should know that perfect standing is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill-being, the incorruptible truth, the mantra. Paramita should therefore be proclaimed. Gate gate para samgate bodhi swaha gate gate para samgate bodhi swaha gate gate para samgate bodhi swaha. Invoke your name, Avalokiteshvara. We aspire to learn your way of listening in order to help relieve the suffering in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name in order to practice listening with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will sit and listen. Any prejudice, we will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen in order to understand. We will sit and listen so attentively we'll be able to hear what the other person is saying and also what is being left unsaid. We know that just by listening we already alleviate a great deal of pain and suffering in the other person.
On this chanting, Christopher, you need to, sometimes you need to ask your teacher, okay? Master Quang to explain to you. Many things, you have a metaphor. They have example, parable. And you know that it's about 6 centuries ago. They have no written form of sutra, only the oral form. And people have a good memory, very memorize it. A lot of things Buddha used different way to teach. Buddha is a wonderful teacher. He teaches all the level, the low level, middle level, high level. So if you're intelligent, you understand fast. If you are understand low, he has some way to teach you. So sometimes it doesn't make sense to you. You think it's a mythology. You think that's not real. It's very real. It's very deep meaning. So we have to think, we have to read over and over. Like the Lotus Sutra, we monk learn, we chant for years and years. Doesn't mean we're not intelligent. It means we want to study deeper. Okay? So if you have any question, ask your teacher. Or ask your teacher. Especially, they laugh and say, oh, that doesn't make sense. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Okay? So you you have to study. The three lessons.
Refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. In the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty. In the dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light thus supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Refuge in the Buddha, in myself I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love, taking refuge in the Dharma. In myself I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation, taking refuge in the Sangha. In myself I aspire to help all people build fourfold communities to embrace all teachings and support their transformation. Reciting the sutras, practicing the way of awareness gives rise to benefits without. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends, and numerous beings to give guidance and support along the